But you know what? I like these charges though. I'm glad that he's being hit with first degree murder than manslaughter. And the reason why I said it is because, well, first degree murder is harder to prove. You need a burden of proof in order to prove first degree murder, right? And also with first degree murder, you want your defendant to be you want to say that you're acting in self defense versus manslaughter. See what I'm saying? So with first degree murder, he has the chances of walking away free if they don't have the burden of proof of premeditated actions. You see what I'm saying? They're much more serious charges though. Yeah, you're gonna do time for first degree murder. You're gonna be in that's damn near a life sentence. Now with manslaughter though, manslaughter, if your defense is self-defense, it's kind of harder to prove that. You see what I'm saying? So with manslaughter, it's either he's gonna get the full sentence or he's gonna do maybe a lighter sentence, a less sentence. That's manslaughter. So I'll much more rather Carmelo Anthony going with first degree murder because now he has a chance of not doing any time in jail. And that's kind of sort of essentially what we want. You see what I'm saying? Because I do believe the young man was acting out of self-defense. You're not gonna put your hands on me and then tell me how I should respond. Right. You ain't gonna go ahead and jack me up in front of everybody else, talking about you not supposed to be here. Move my belongings, break my phone. And then you and your twin brother, big as hell, 6'2", 200 and plus pounds. So together that's 400 pounds each. And then tell me I'm supposed to fight. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I feel like I'm in danger. So I do believe it was self-defense. Majority of us believe it's self-defense. And I think he has a good chance of walking away from this case if he has a good lawyer in the act of self-defense. Right? You see what I'm saying? If he was charged with manslaughter, then he would probably have to sit maybe for 4 years. That was guaranteed 4 years, maybe 5 years in jail. And I personally, I don't want the young brother doing that. See what I'm saying? But anyways, before we dive into it, let's get into the show. Welcome back to Come On Nose Show. I'm glad y'all are here. A few things before we start. I want to, let y'all know that, we have Patreon up and running. And if you guys don't know by now, this is where you can go and get exclusive access or exclusive content to our access to black sex. My channel is centered around the content of the concept of access to black sex, which is the relationship black men have with other groups of women. You see what I'm saying? Primarily black American men. Basically, it's describing the fact that other groups of women want to enter into our culture and they want to have access to us and they have to trade in sex for that. And oftentimes, this puts other groups of women in position that we were never in or we could never get into if it was vice versa. So examples that I like to use is Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian profited off of Ray J for her access to black sex, put it on tape. Now she's global. Now she's famous. She been had money, but she didn't have the fame. So here we get into the nitty gritty of how is it the case that if we're 13% of the population and we're behind in the wealth gap, how are we the ones boosting everybody else's finances? Why are we the stepping stone for everybody else financially? Why are we benefiting any other culture or any other race of people financially when we didn't get any reparations, when we're not represented properly? And on top of that, we're last when it comes to people that they want to help out. You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes what we'll find out is that the Black American culture is the most influential culture. And we're the most unique people on the planet. And this is not bragging rights, it's just the truth. The only group that went through a genocide or a point in history where we were slaughtered or we were put in captivity and we got no reparations for it, no compensations for it. And then after we were freed, we still had to go through systematic challenges and oppressions. The only group who didn't get paid for it. You see what I'm saying? So and through all that, we built this culture that's so captivating, that has everybody from North America, South America, to the all the way through the East, the West, other continents, trying to mimic it, copy it. You see what I'm saying? Right. So what they do is they come to America, or they're already in America, and they find a way to benefit off our culture, and they trade in sex for that. So their proximity to blackness, their proximity to black men gets them in the door. And not all the time is it, for financial gains. You also got certain people like usually YT girls I've experienced that, they already got the wealth and they may not be interested in the fame, but or they may be more interested in the fame than they are the money that comes with the culture. But they just want access to say that they're a part of it. They want access to say that they can listen to rap music. They want to be able to put cornrows in their or cornrow braids in their hair and stuff like that. And they usually don't have access until they get with a black man and they feel comfortable bumping STG, you know what I'm saying, or bumping G Herbo, Little Baby, and all that stuff. They don't start acting like this until they have access to black sex. So yeah, family, our culture is very sought after. It's very profitable, and we have to figure out a way to start gatekeeping. And like I mentioned before, I don't really believe in what Dr. Umar say. I don't think that you're supposed to not have relations with these people. I think there's a smart way to deal with these people. How to recognize when someone's just using you for cultural access. How to recognize when someone's using you um as a financial gain. You see what I'm saying? Because there's going to come a point in time where you're going to have a political disagreement. All relationships are surrounded by political agendas and agreements. You see what I'm saying? So on my Patreon, we dive into that with exclusive content. And we have, I'm trying to get interviews of people who are not of the culture, maybe Caribbeans, Africans, to come on and tell us about their prejudiced ways and how they grew up in the households that were prejudiced, but they still go out and seek after Black American men or white teen women who know they for damn sure not supposed to be messing with some Negroes, but they still do it. And why do they do it? And what do they gain from it? So go ahead and check the link down below. It's in the description box and check on that Patreon. And then the next thing we have this alkaline water. All right. Boy, I don't know about y'all, but down here in Florida, boy, this heat this year hitting on all kind of different kind of levels. So down below, we got some good alkaline water produced and owned by a Black-owned business out in North Carolina. I want you guys to check out that link. This is major. I'm a huge advocate for health. I believe health is wealth. So I have a promo code down below. Use that code in order to get a discount on this alkaline water and support Black business. And don't just support it because it's Black. Support it because of your health and many other good reasons on why you support and help other brothers achieve in business. Right. Anyways, now let's go ahead and get into it. So we talked about Karmelo Anthony. I believe that he should win this case. I prefer him to get hit with first degree murder than manslaughter. The second thing that we're going to talk about is Cassie. God damn. This Cassie and Diddy case. For a moment, there was a moment in time where I did feel sorry for her. She had me for a second. You know what I'm saying? She had me for a second. I said, look at all these grown men just feeding off of her. She was a 19-year-old girl. She obviously had no clue. They brainwashed her into this society or this sex culture that they have until these court cases started coming out, and then the text message between her and Diddy started to come out. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. This hoe will freak herself. Now, who's to say Diddy ain't the goddamn victim? Diddy might be the victim. But what really did it for me was this past weekend, Ryan Leslie, her ex-producer, the man who founded her first, came out on an interview and talked about how he met Cassie. And this pretty much gave me what I needed to know about Cassie, my overall assumption. And it brought to my attention that Cassie, she been like this. Ain't nobody make her into this. She been like this. And here's why I say this. So Ryan Leslie, I forgot the label that he's a part of, the label he was representing at the time. But Ryan Leslie say that he met Cassie one day while he was going around. He didn't tell what kind of places, but he just said places. Going around places, looking for talent, trying to hear new music, trying to hear what's hot. And he said one night he went into a place and he found this girl dancing on top of a table. And it must have been her birthday. First of all, Ryan, your ass ain't slick. Yeah. Ryan, your ass ain't slick, Ryan. First of all, where are you going that you see a 16-year-old girl dancing on top of a table while you out there trying to listen to hot music? This, and I can guarantee you, it ain't Chuck E. Cheese. Nigga, your ass ain't at Chuck E. Cheese, so don't try to play that. I was just looking around and I was at Chuck E. Cheese and I just seen these beautiful girls dance. Nigga, you was at the strip club, nigga. Stop lying. Nigga, yeah. You found Cassie, who was probably underage. She probably wasn't allowed to get in, or she probably wasn't of age to get in. 16 years old, and you caught her dancing at a club, at a nightclub. Right. That's what happened. You see what I'm saying? Now, this says a little bit about Ryan, because I think Ryan is about 8 years older than Cassie. See what I'm saying? So if she was 16, she had to be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He had to be 24. My bad. My math ain't my strong suit. He had to be 24, 25, somewhere around there. You see what I'm saying? Right. So the question is, what is a 16-year-old doing anywhere around, grown folks? Especially around a music producer who was out looking for music. There's only one place you could go when you're trying to hear something hot or hear something new. That's a strip club. That's the clubs. See what I'm saying? They ain't finna put on no shit at Chuck E. Cheese or at the skating ring, nigga. Come on now. So he says he found her for a 16th birthday or a birthday party dancing on the table. So these are teenager girls who are out there just loose and unaware dancing on the table. You a motherfucking lie. See what I'm saying? That says a lot about Cassie's personality. To me, what that tells me is her parental supervision wasn't up to par. Somebody wasn't supervising her. The fact that she's out there dancing on the table around other grown folks lets me know that she already has some type of pre-exposure, because those type of actions, especially in the black community, girls are not doing it at 16 years old, especially not black girls. So I'm saying what black girls are doing at 16-year-old, or black kids, teenagers are doing at 16 years old. We're at the skate ring. So I'm saying at 16 we at the skate ring. At 16 we at the movie theaters. At 16 we at the bowling alley down in Davie. See what I'm saying? We at Galaxy at 16. Now, are we still hunching and doing all that? Of course, that's definitely getting in, especially at the movie theaters. Go ahead and catch you an Indian flick. You know what I'm saying? Get them back seats all the way at the top. You know what I'm saying? Get you a blanket, nigga. You in there like swimwear. But 16 in black at a club, dancing on the table? No, that's not black girl activities. That's not black teenagers activities. We hunching and bunching behind the building at the skate ring. You know what I'm saying? We getting in the schoolhouse. We ditching school, going behind the schools, the portables. But dancing on top of tables at the club? Nah, that I almost want to say that's white tee girl kind of behavior. That's white tee girl actions. That's white hole actions. That's not black woman actions or black teenager girl actions. So he says he sees her and he just was wild. And I'm not sure if you guys paid attention to Ryan Leslie or you guys heard about him, but he doesn't really sound too culturally black. I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions on him yet because I haven't done any research. Matter of fact, before we start talking on the brother, Ryan Leslie, the producer who found Cassie, what is his ethnicity and background, and who was he raised around, and where is he from? We got to do these kind of sort of checkups when we know when we're asking about people and where they're from. So, Ryan Leslie, born in Washington, D.C., he comes from a richly diverse heritage. So he's a suburban kid, and he's a Caribbean. Ryan Leslie's Caribbean, right? Mixed with Dutch, Chinese, and African descent. So Ryan Leslie is not African American. He's not Black American. He's not of the culture. He's just in the culture as a producer. That says it all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. See, because listen, family, when we're trying to pair these things together, it's a very important to figure out who are these people and where do they come from. Right. So these are not black folks' actions that's going on here because this story he's telling is not making sense. So okay, so he finds it. He finds this another mixed bilingual, whatever Cassie is, girl dancing on a table, and he says, this seems like my type. Let me go ahead and bring her on board. So he brings her on board. He brings her into the studio. You know what I'm saying? According to him, they make a record. They go ahead and make a record together, and he had to finish the record. You know what I'm saying? She just did it for fun. It was her birthday. It was her birthday gift to her mother that he made a song, that they made a song, and he wanted to send it to her. And then from there, he had her sit in the lobby while he produced the song and did what he had to do. And then the head man, I forgot, was it Tony something? I forgot what the name is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whoever was in charge of that record label at the time. This was a big record label. They found Michael Jackson and other famous R&B or hip hop producers. He sees her in the lobby and says, who the hell this is? Ryan comes out and tells her, well, this is Cassie. I met her at such and such. We're just messing around. I just made a song with her to send to her mother. And he said, hold on now. Hold on now. Little fine shit. Now, he didn't say this, but this is essentially how it's going down. Little fine shit. We could do something with you. Yeah. So they go ahead and give her a record deal. Now, what this tells me is Cassie ass ain't have no talent. Yeah, Cassie ain't got no motherfucking talent. They're bringing her on board just because of her looks. She's foreign, you know what I'm saying? She looks mixed mud. Not mixed mud. Let me stop saying it. She looks of mixed culture. See what I'm saying? She's light skinned, right? She looks different. She's probably fine around whatever age this is, and you got all these grown men fiending for her. This is all this is, and Cassie knows it too. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She's not blind to the fact. So they go ahead and start producing songs with her, and then after that, Ryan goes ahead and introduce her to Diddy when she's around of age. She's 19 years old, and basically sells her off. That's essentially what that is. You sell her off. Diddy comes around and says, hey man, I'm willing to pay you this much so I can have this female. She ain't worth a damn. The motherfucker can't sing that good. Because like I described, no one's talking about her talent around this time. No one said she was just this talent. He heard singing. He just found her dancing on the table. And she looked pretty. That's all that was. So Diddy comes around and said, man, let me go ahead and get her off. How much you want, nigga? How much you want? Let me get her. Ryan says, well, shit, nigga. I ain't gonna turn down this kind of money. And essentially sells her off. That's what this is. So in my opinion, if there's somebody who should be held accountable, in my opinion, is Ryan. And the reason why I say Ryan more than Diddy is because Ryan is the one who actually loved Cassie. Yeah, Ryan actually loved Cassie and knew Cassie for who she was. You see what I'm saying? He's the one who gave her the opportunity to come out here and get on the mic. You know what I'm saying? They have more in common. They're both of mixed cultures. Ryan doesn't really, I don't think he identifies with being Black American or black. Cassie, we all know she ain't black, especially with these actions she got going on. Ain't nobody doing that. So they have more history, more things in common. So he's the one who loved Cassie for real. And he just sold off to Diddy. And we all know what this is about because the girl ain't have no talent in the first place. So what does this say about Ryan? More so than it say about Diddy. Right. And, and then from there, I think Cassie's already pretty much exposed to the industry. She's already exposed to whoever she encountered. She's already exposed, maybe exposed before meeting Ryan, before even getting into the music industry. She might have been exposed to some kind of sexual assault at a young age. She probably been exposed to certain things that has her so out there already. Because as Ryan described, she was already dancing on a table in front of other grown adults. That's loose actions. 19, 16-year-old girls, they're more like, they're shy freaks. We all been 16 before. We know how this goes. Yeah, 16-year-old girls, 19, they're more shy freaks. We're doing things, with other kids, other teenagers. And if not, we're not out there like that unless we already been exposed to this kind of lifestyle beforehand. Right. So I believe Ryan should be held accountable more so than Diddy. Now, this whole she was 19 when Diddy found her. Diddy is also, man, let me tell y'all something. We got to give up with this 19-year-old narrative. And the reason why I say this is because I was 19 at one point. Yeah, that's what girls keep forgetting. We was 19 with y'all. I was 19 too. Yeah. And I think what most people are not saying is at 19, you're fully aware of benefits and consequences. We know how to weigh those actions out at 19. You're aware of that. And I think we all can agree to that. I think the only thing that you're not aware of at 19 years old is how to get these benefits that you want. See what I'm saying? You don't know what works yet. You don't know if school is the right way to go. You don't know if working a 9 to 5 is the right way to go. You just got all these different people telling you different things of how to navigate through society. And at 19, you really have no clue. Right. So that's the only thing a 19-year-old is unaware of is what is the right way to go. Your parents are telling you working 9 to 5, but you see your parents struggling. Everybody telling you go to get a college degree, but you're not really seeing the college degree pay off. At least this is how I am at 19. Because I remember being 19. You're not seeing the college degree pay off in the long run, maybe for a certain percentage group of people, but that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's a risk. College is a risk. You don't know when the economy's going to change. You don't know if you're going to get fired from this career job. You don't know. So at 19 years old, you're really looking around like everybody's telling me to do something, but nobody is showing me real proof of what's going on. So this leads down to a path of stealing, robbing. You know what I'm saying? This is where most black young men, this is where most black men around the ages of 14 and 19, get indicted the most, get sent to jail. See what I'm saying? Commit the most crimes around these heinous financial crimes around these ages. Not the most crimes. We're not gonna let you white folks come here and talk about we commit the most crimes. The most financial crimes around these ages. So at 19, I understand benefits. If I steal this car right now and I sell it, if I steal this high pressure fuel pump out the engine, if I steal the engine, if I steal these rims and I go sell it, I could get this much out of it. Right. I'm thinking about this at 19, especially down in Miami. Shit, me. What? That fat, especially from a fast tempo city? Yeah, nigga, we're trying to get it in. See what I'm saying? So at 19, I may not know the correct route to go to make the financial means that I need because I don't have enough experience to work a good 9 to 5. But I do understand, man, if I hit this lick right here, I might be straight for a couple months. Right. So at 19, you're fully aware. Cassie, she's in a position where she said, I'm 19 years old. This is how much success I done gained from looking pretty. Now I'm about to go with a multi-millionaire, and he's about to take me under his wing. And what he wants from this is sex. That's it. That's all he wants. He doesn't even really want me making any music. I'm not even sure how much Cassie even likes making music at this point. I even think she knows she ain't that good. She must know she ain't that talented too. Cassie understands around at this time, because nobody's telling her how talented she is. Everybody's just telling her how beautiful she is. She understands around this time that she can have access to what she wants just by being pretty. Right. And she could benefit a whole bunch. So at 19 years old, you get to be with a multi-millionaire who takes care of you and your family for the rest of your life. You're set. Y'all not taking that benefit? Let's be real now. Some of y'all are taking that benefit right now at 25, at 45, shit, even at 60. So we got to stop this comforting process that 19 is too young. But we don't have that same kind of rhetoric for a 19-year-old black man who got to go to jail for robbing and stealing because we need finances. Right. All these economical crimes that we're committing, all these financial crimes we're committing is due to what we need right now and how we could benefit. It's no different than the 19-year-old girl. See what I'm saying? She understands the risk of benefits and rewards. And it so happens that girls deal with less of a consequence for whatever risk they take for benefits than guys do. Whatever crime I hit at 19 down in Miami, whatever car I stole, whatever rims I done hit, I'm sitting in that jail cell for a good minute. And they might hit me with a book. You see what I'm saying? If I'm dealing with a racist judge, I got to go see that judge. That's the problem. My beneficial consequences end up with me seeing a judge as a black man at the end of the day. Now, these other groups of girls or 19-year-old girl, all she gets, all the girl gets to the consequence she gets is you're dealing with somebody who's only using you for sex. And that's debatable because some girls already naturally like that reward, and some may not. Some may value themselves a little bit more. But we can't just assume everybody values their coochie on the same level. You're assuming. Right. Some girls don't get, you want this for this coochie? Man? Yeah, take it. It's yours. It's yours. You can have it. For this shit that I bleed from once a month, that I piss out, I was giving this shit away for free. You can have it. Right. That's why we have OnlyFans today. Yeah. So we're not going to sit here and say every girl has the same value morals at 19 years old and they don't understand. We all understand benefits and consequences at 19. Right. So we got to cut that out, man. Right. And last thing, so Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark and RGB, boy. Hey, look. So I'm not a big fan of Ryan Clark, especially how he treated AB. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Miami, I'm Florida niggas, so I'm always support Florida niggas. So I ain't like how Ryan Clark was talking crazy about a nigga about AB. But boy, Ryan Clark done told RGB, boy, hey, listen, and this is why I'm here today. RGB is why I'm here today. This access to black sex. Right. So, because here's the problem. Like I mentioned before, the problem with dating these other culture groups of girls and races of girls is you're going to run into political problems. And what most people don't understand until later on in a relationship is most relationships are founded off of politics, agendas, ideologies, religion. Because here's the thing about relationships. You want to be able to hold somebody accountable. That's the whole thing. Relationships are about holding people accountable. How can you hold someone accountable who don't believe in the same shit you believe in? If I grew up in a household where we're supposed to take a shower first before you touch that bedroom, and you done got off of work, and you all musty and shit, working hard and shit, and you touch the bed, I'm gonna say, hey, nah, what you doing? Go take a fucking shower. Stank ass little girl, go take a fucking shower. What's wrong with you? I didn't grow up like that. How am I supposed to hold her accountable? Right. See what I'm saying? So relationships are founded around ideologies. This is why politics matter. This is why culture appropriation, this is why knowing the culture that you're about to date matters. Who their parents are matters. You're not supposed to date someone because they fine and you fine. They got money, you got money. Right. So what happens is after the transaction stops, so after the good sex stops, after the good looks, you get over how good looking they are. Now you're dealing with what do they believe in? Right. So the problem RGB and so many other athletes have who date outside the race and culture, who done gave these white T women access to black sex, is that you're an easy target now. You are discredited now to speak on the behalf of black issues. So if y'all not aware, Ryan Clark talks about RGB's comment on Angel Reese. I'm saying her name right, Angel Reese. Yeah, Angel Reese, in her situation with Caitlin Clark, and how it's the case that Angel Reese called out and said how the league is racist. I think I ain't watched the full video. I just got little clips of it, of how she's calling the league racist and how everything is targeted towards her because she's black, and how she don't get the same calls and fouls and stuff like that when Caitlin fouling the fuck out of her, man. You fouling me, Jit? Like, tie it up for a nigga beat your ass, right? So she comes out and say she's not getting the calls, and how she's treated is based on because she's black. RGB comes out and says, stop throwing that race card around. Well, I like to be factual. My bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk, but I don't be having time. What did RGB say about Angel Reese comment about the league treating her the way it does because she's black? What was his opinion on that? What did he come out to say that had Ryan Clark mad at him? My bad, y'all. Right, you know what I'm saying? So RGB comes out and he disclaims that comment. And then Ryan Clark says, you can't talk, nigga. How are you talking? Okay. So he made the point, because I like to be correct. He made the point that there's some hate for Caitlin Clark. Criticize RGB perspective, arguing that his personal experience might limit it. Okay. So right. So RGB essentially took Caitlin Clark's side and said that the hate for Caitlin Clark is unnecessary. That's what happened. And Ryan Clark came out and said, of course you're saying that. You go out with a white T girl. Duh, your girl is white. Your allegiance is with white folks. You can't speak out on this. So we can't use you as a credible source, as Ryan Clark should say. You have to say that. Whenever you're arguing with somebody, whenever you're having a dispute with somebody, it's very important that you get, first of all, who are they? Why are they saying this? And where do they come from? Like, what would be the point of them saying this? See what I'm saying? Before you start giving your standpoints and arguing with somebody, figure out who they are and why would they be saying this and what agenda do they have. And as you will see, RGB's agenda is to protect white women. He has to. His allegiance with a white girl. He has children with a white woman. He has children with a white girl. He's married to a white girl. How could he speak out on these things? He can't. Or else he ain't getting no coochie for the night. You took Angel Reese's side? Oh no, I can't give you any coochie. I cannot RGG3 motherfucking D232 Star Wars ass nigga. You can't get no coochie tonight. Absolutely not. You took Angel Reese's side. Caitlin Clark is being being ridiculed and criticized for no reason, and you're gonna take Angel Reese's side? How would you feel if that was me, RG3? How would you feel, Robert? She don't call him RG. Robert Griffin III. How would you feel if it was me out there on that basketball court? Would you say the same thing? Look at our children. Yeah, when you marry white and when you have when your girlfriend is white, you can't speak out on certain things, because understand that although they may like you, they have family lineage that comes from being racist. And although they may not show these signs of being racist, they can't help it. Yeah, their parents they may not be it, but they were brought up in the culture of it. They were surrounded by it. If it wasn't their parents, it's their friends. If it wasn't their friends, it's their friends' parents. Somewhere down the line, they're absorbing it, and they had to defend their own. You see what I'm saying? And they were never taught. His wife may never have been taught to hate black folks. But the contrary to that, she was never taught to love black folks neither. See what I'm saying? You have to be taught how to love. You can't just go out there and say, I'm finna just love me some niggas. I don't know. Just treat everybody fair. Because black American, especially black American folks, are a very special group in America. We have been misrepresented. We have not been given what we was owed. See what I'm saying? So, there's trauma behind that. There's PTSD, this DNA coding in the way that we act. So just going around saying you just finna love some niggas cause you just feel like it. Come on now, you in order for someone to love you, they have to already have seen something like you before. The same color. You gotta have a brother, you gotta have a father, you gotta know how it is for a black man to go out there in that society in order to love me properly. Yeah, you fiending over this Oscar Myers between my legs. Yeah, I know I'm slanging good D. We know that. Duh, it's on the market. You know what I'm saying? I got it on the market. But at the end of the day, after that, I still have internal issues. I still have trauma, PTSD of just being a black man in society that oversees my bravado, my macho-ness. You see what I'm saying? The fact that I gotta conform to white supremacy in certain areas in life. See what I'm saying? That messes with you mentally. We still ain't get our full lit back yet. You know what I'm saying? We had to go ahead and say we got to put that. We got to deal with people who keep telling us to put all that stuff behind us. It don't matter no more. Just forget about the past. Forget all about all that stuff. While we still deal with today's systematic oppression and different forms of racism that's rooted in society, in the system, and it may not be up front in front of you, but it's here. See what I'm saying? How you gonna love me through that? Yeah, everybody loves a nigga till a nigga has some nigga problems. Right. So you got some nigga issues. That's how you know who loves you for real as a nigga. But when it's cool to be with you because you're a ball player, you're a hip hop artist or you're a rap artist, and you're kind of sort of above or seem to be above, because a lot of them niggas just don't know. Hey, they still got you by your nuts, nigga. But you just a different kind of slave to them. Yeah. When you appear to be above that systematic oppression, they all love you. But what happens when reality hits you, nigga? See what I'm saying? This is a reality check. RG3, Robert Griffin the third. Yeah, Ryan Clark done brung you back to reality. Hold on, nigga. You lose your black voucher card. You can't vouch for niggas. You can't speak on nigga issues, nigga. Anything involving a nigga, you can't speak on. Especially if it's a female. You lost your privilege of that. Sorry. Right. The minute you chose to pass down your inheritance to this family that possibly has slaves and possibly don't reconcile with being black. See what I'm saying? You lose your line. We still love you, you know what I'm saying? You just, you know what I'm saying? You still my dog, nigga. I love watching you in college, homie. But you lose all rights. Right, nigga. Come on now. See what I'm saying? So that's the consequences of dating white T girls, and the fact that you know that's coming. RG3, Robert, you knew that was coming, Robert. Come on now. The nerve, the audacity you must have had is to come out and choose Caitlin Clark. Come on, huh? That tells me that white T girl had you by a gun, had a gun to your head, telling you better get on your Twitter space and tell these motherfuckers about Caitlin Clark and how we cherish her in this household. Right. And we have little white T girls looking up to her, and this discrediting, this criticizing they're doing on her would not be stand for. Yeah, that's what your wife got you out here saying. So we can't take what you say, bro. Sorry. I like your standpoint on Shador Sanders though. I like what you said about that. You know what I'm saying? Because you could reconcile with being a black man here and there. But your conflict of interest is always going to be the problem. See what I'm saying? Because politically, she doesn't align with you. She can't. Because somewhere down the line, politics is going to keep going. It's going to keep going. And there's going to be a point we're going to reach another racial issue, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. And you're not going to like her standpoint. And you're going to realize that there is no reversing her standpoint. And there's no getting into it. And if she agrees with you, it's only to keep the peace. And she will never fully understand what it means to be a black man. And she will never know how to love you for real. Right. See what I'm saying? So, fam, we have to be aware of this, y'all. I'm not a Dr. Umar ass nigga. I believe in cracking every culture and every race in the motherfucking on this planet. See what I'm saying? Spread that Oscar Miles, nigga, and go get STD checked. And make sure y'all do that. But I also represent the understanding of relations. You know, a lot of these relations are transactional. And as black men, we have to learn how to protect our assets. Although we want to slang this Oscar Myers, and I'm telling you, niggas slang it. But you have to learn how to protect your assets, protect your culture. You got to culture and protect your emotions. We're not going to sit here and act like black men ain't got no emotions. Because some of y'all are really out there just because she's not white tea, just because and you think she's Caribbean, that she can relate, even the Caribbeans, even the Africans. You might actually love this girl for real. just to come out that she was only with you because she wanted proximity to our culture. She wanted a way in. She wanted to escape her parents. Her parents wouldn't allow the culture in their households. You know, down here in Florida, a lot of these Haitians are prejudiced. Contrary to what y'all see on social media, like the Kodak Blacks and all these other niggas who got gold teeth and their mouth shining like they done started it. Nah, they parents don't like that shit, nigga. Yeah, they parents don't like them acting like that. That's not of the culture for them. If, you know, their parents actually tell them to stay away from that. Stay away from us. So when y'all date these other cultures, you got to take that into consideration that they don't like you, nigga. They just want access to our culture because it's very dominant. It's very potent. See what I'm saying? Everybody wants in, dog. It's the thing to be. So when you're dating, you know, YT girls, they might want you for your fame because they might have the wealth, but they don't have the notoriety. We don't see too many cool white folks like that. Now, there's a couple cool crackers out there. I fought with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he a cool ass cracker. I fought with Tom Cruise. What's another cool actor? The cracker who played in The Matrix. You know, Keanu Reeves, whatever you want to call him. Who was? There's a couple of them, but they don't have that same world-class status as we do. See what I'm saying? So we have to safeguard our culture. Same thing with Caribbeans. Caribbeans come over here. It ain't necessarily cool to be Haitian. It ain't cool. It's cool to be Jamaican to a certain degree. I'll give Jamaicans that. Jamaicans, y'all had that. See what I'm saying? You know, Jamaicans, they're one of the few cultures that come to America and they can hold their own with their culture, and people actually try to be like them or assimilate to them. So I'm saying, but they be cross-playing as Black American too, but they hold their own. But everybody else, their culture coming over here is not necessarily the thing to be. So they got to figure out a way to get in, and their parents won't let them practice in their house. Right? They can't practice having gold teeth. I could walk in with gold teeth in my house. I had gold teeth since I was 14, nigga. You know why? Because everybody around me had it. See what I'm saying? Now my grandmother, you know, on my Caribbean side, because I am half Jamaican. On my Caribbean side, I'm half Jamaican, half FBA. On my mother's side, you know, they don't want to see that shit. I had to take them out. So I know what it is. Yeah, I know these Caribbeans, they don't like Black American culture like that. They ain't like my daddy like that. My daddy had no gold teeth in his mouth. He was a proper adequate, you know, he was a proper Black American. He just had a lot of style. Nigga had a lot of swag, nigga. Hold on, my bad. Nigga stayed with a clean cut. He was a barber. You know, I said that's why I'm tripping now. That's why I had to grow dreads and shit. You know, my father done passed on me, so now he don't get to cut my hair no more. You know what I'm saying? My nigga was clean cut, stayed fresh, stayed with a tape, waves. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, double earrings, tall, 6'2". That nigga, man, they hated my daddy, nigga. My Jamaican side hated that nigga. See what I'm saying? Because he had that Black American presence, that aura that they can't necessarily get down. See what I'm saying? So we got to understand that these other groups of cultures, they want in. And the females are willing to trade sex for it. Right. So I'm not here to tell y'all to stop. I'm here y'all to recognize game when you see game. And learn how to protect yourself. Because you're going to fuck around and love that girl for real. You're going to fuck around and love that boy for real. What's going to happen is they're going to let you down. And we're in no position to lose in America. We can't take no more losses as Black Americans. None. No, sir. We can't take none. And we damn sure can't take none when dealing with these other groups of people, these other groups of cultures. We're already last in the wealth gap. We're already last represented, lied to politically. See what I'm saying? Hard to tell who has our best interest. We can't take no more L's. So we have to start safeguarding our culture and who we give access to sex to. See what I'm saying? You could give them the sex, but don't give them what comes after that. See what I'm saying? Or at least make sure you benefit in some way. Real quick before we end it. I know I'm talking a lot. So I came up with an insurance plan. Yeah. If you want to date a nigga and you already not a nigga, by a nigga I mean Black American, within the Black American culture, 5 generations are done or past. You have and you don't got family that's tied to slavery in America. If you want to date a nigga, you need to sign an insurance policy. Right. I need you to give me $1,000 deposit fee in order to date me. And if you want to leave me, you want to break up with me, you owe me $2,000. This is the only way that we can guarantee that as Black Americans, we don't take any more losses dealing with these other groups of people. I'm dead ass serious. Insurance policy, nigga. Pay me. Because everybody benefits off of us. Everybody cross plays as us. They act like us. They take our resources. See what I'm saying? White people at one point, rap wasn't cool to white people. They thought it was, beneath them. Now they figured out how to profit off of it. Now they're in control. The Jews are in control of major labels and stuff like that. Come on now, y'all got a peep game when you see game. Right. We have to charge for everything, nigga. Fuck that. We can't afford no more losses. Anyways, like I said, y'all check my Patreon down below. Go ahead and hit that link. And then go ahead and hit that link for Alkaline Water. This is a Black-owned business. My boys from out North Carolina. Let's get that health up. Let's start putting nutrients in our body to make sure that we're living a healthy life. See what I'm saying? Life ain't that fun when your ass on that deathbed, or we on that hospital bed trying to grasp for air with failure of kidney stones and stuff like that, or diabetes. So that's we can't look for the supermarkets and main industry corporations to feed us what we need. So we have to go through these external sources, these external groups and corporations, these independent corporations, to look out for the people, because they're more for the people than major corporations. So let's go ahead and get that Alkaline Water. Let's go ahead and support a Black business out of North Carolina. Y'all fuck with me though. I'm out. Come on, nose, man.